what is React?
React is basically a JavaScript library. It is basically a client-side library, and it was initially developed by like Jordan Walker, who was a developer in Facebook, and currently React is backed by Facebook, and React is comparatively much faster than other frameworks, and uses the concept of virtual and
Okay. What is React feature?
so if I talk about React features, then React firstly uses JSX. So JSX means JavaScript and XML. It allows to use HTML inside JavaScript. Secondly, React uses the concept of virtual DOM, and using virtual DOM, it basically virtual DOM make it more faster, reliable, and another is React support unidirectional data type. So data is generally passed from the parent toward the child component. Apart from this, React we can in React we use lifecycle method. We generally use the hooks to achieve the lifecycle method and perform the side effect operations as well. And uh, and another thing is React uses component-based architecture, component-based approach. So in this approach, we generally divide the complex UI into smaller components, and these components could be used anywhere for the application, and this component can be reused whenever needed. So these are some of the features of.
Okay. Can you explain me the JSX briefly?
Okay, JSX basically is JavaScript and XML. So we can just write HTML instead of. So can I just share my screen and show?
Okay. Okay then.
Okay, I'm just sharing. Okay, is my screen visible?
Yeah. It is visible.
Okay, okay. So is my notepad visible to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I can just write JSX over it. Like as I said, JSX basically is a JavaScript function, or you can say JavaScript HTML inside JavaScript. So I will create a function over here. Function like display, and in this function I can just write the HTML. So you can see here inside JavaScript I am writing HTML. So this is JSX, JavaScript NX.
Okay. So can you explain me the virtual DOM concept?
Okay, basically in that we use the concept of virtual DOM. So what is virtual DOM? Virtual DOM is a copy of the real DOM. So we have a DOM tree, and virtual DOM is also a copy of the DOM tree. But the only difference is that virtual DOM is stored inside the memory. It is not rendered. So any operation we perform on the virtual DOM is faster compared to the operation performed on the real DOM. For example, I'm just creating some node. So I can write like 1, 2, and this is the third node, and I have the fourth node, I have the fifth node, I have the sixth node. So over here is basically I've created a simple DOM tree where I have like 7. So whenever I can just copy and create another as well. Okay, okay. So I can say that this is our this is basically our real DOM, and this the bottom one is our like virtual DOM. both are, if you will see, then both are carbon copies of each other. The only thing is that in virtual DOM, any operation performed will be performed faster and this is not. Right. So what we can just say, whenever any node need to change, suppose I need to change the value of 6.7. In that case, React will first modify the virtual DOM, and if you modify the virtual DOM, suppose it changes the node 6 to 16 and changes the 7 node to 17. In this case, we will select only the node. But first modify the virtual DOM and then compare it with the real DOM. So by comparing it with the real DOM, React is trying to identify which nodes have been fixed. So over here, React will identify that the node 6 have been modified to node 16 and the nodes and the 7 have been modified to 17. So now as React have identified that only two nodes are modified, so React will only modify these two nodes in real DOM. Hence, instead of modifying all the 7 DOM, now React have only modified 2 DOMs. So hence we can see that modifying only 2 nodes is faster compared to modifying. So in this way, we React uses virtual DOM to increase its efficiency in speed. So
Okay.
this
Okay. Can you state the difference between state and props?
So if I talk about like state and props, then states are there. We can say they are internal storage of a component. So a component can use a state to store some kind of data. Then if I talk about props, so props are there generally to pass the data from the parent component to the child component. So I can just we can just declare a state like this, like I can write a value, and after that I can set value, and we can use the our use state to define a state. So like table. So in this way, we will define state. So we use the setter or modify the value of state. But in case of prop are read only. That means we cannot modify a prop. And these are the two difference, as well as there is one more difference that whenever we like modify any state, whenever we modify the state of a component using this setter function, in that case the whole component will re-render. And whenever we modify the prop pass to the child component, in that case child component will re-render in terms of prop. So this was some of the difference in state and prop.
Okay. Can you create the state to?
I have created a state. I can create like one more state over here.
Yeah.
I can take it like count, and then I will take a set of function like set count, and I will just use like use state to declare the count. Okay, done. So here like using the use state hook, we can declare our state. So I declared a variable or a state named as one and declared a set of function. So in this way we can declare it.
Okay. Then why should we not update this state directly?
So we can if you want to modify like the value of count, suppose I have object over here and that object contain like value, so value equals to 10. And so the purpose of not directly not modifying the state is basically if we use the setter function. In that case, whenever we update the state, suppose I modify value to 20. In that case, we see that the value will also get reflected in the HTML. Suppose I have used this state over here, like h2, and over here I have used the of the value. So I have used the count dot value over in my HTML. So whenever I will do this setter modify the value of my count variable, in that case I will see that the value will also get modified in this tag. But if I directly modify the suppose I directly modify the count variable instead of using the setter function, in that case what will happen if I modify the value to 20, in that case I will still see that the value inside the text will have been not modified. It will still show the count as n. This is because we are directly mutating our state, and directly mutating our state doesn't appear under the component. That is the reason we don't directly modify our state.
Okay, then how we create component in React?
So for creating a component, what we does, as I said, components are basically JavaScript function. So I can write a function. Okay, I can create a function known as my component. So one thing is
Okay,
always remember that the start letter should always be capital in terms of component. And if you want to create a regular function, in that case, start with a small letter. So we have a capital letter and then a component, and this component will return a HTML. So I just take H1, I just take another H1, and so this is we can create a component in there, and another thing we can just export this as well, export default security or my component.
okay, my
So we can default it. We can just export it like
okay. Then how will you pass the prop into a React component?
so basically for passing a prop into the React component, what we can generally do. I have this component. So if I want to pass a prop, in that case, in the parent, I'll just write a code for that. In the parent, first thing I will do, I will just take the component, and inside that I will pass some kind of value like value. So I am passing the prop over here. So I have passed the prop named value this time, and over here I can receive it like this prop, and I can just receive it over here like this. So this is how I can pass the prop in our company, and this is how I can receive the prop like that.
Okay, okay. Then can you state the difference between export and export default?
So export and export default, right? Not
Yeah,
export and export default, right?
yeah.
Okay. If I talk about export and export default, then our export default, first thing, export is a great export, and our export default generally is a single statement inside it. So anything I will export using export default, I can use it locally. For example, I can just give you an example. Suppose I have this my content, and I use this export default, and I want to use this somewhere. I want to use the component, so I can just write like import. I can and one module. So if I have used export default, in that case I can just modify the name of the component. So I can just take it like my component one. I have exported it with the name like my component, but still I can rename this component and use it wherever I want. So instead of export default, if I can only use name export like this, in that case I cannot import it like this. This will throw me error. Instead, in terms of name export, we only have to use the same name here given to the component. So over here, I have exported the component with the name method, so I can only import it with the name method. This was the first difference, and another is that so if I'm using name export, I can use multiple export statements. So in a single file, I can just export multiple components in terms of name export, and I can just import them like this. But if I have used export default, then there is a single default export in a single file. So I cannot export multiple functions in terms of export default, and I can export multiple functions in terms of export. So this was the difference.
Okay. Can you explain me the pure component in React?
So if I talk about pure component, then pure component are those components whose values are non-numerical. So for example, I can take this component. I can just write it. So I am passing a prompt. So now I can just copy this, paste it over here. So in my component, I'm just passing a value as 10. And over here, I'm using the value as it is. So I'm not modifying the property. I'm not doing anything. I'm just reflecting it as it is. So this is the kind of a pure component. And another thing, in a pure component, we don't have any kind of like side operations like calling APIs or other operations. We don't do in our pure component. So in pure component, we just describe the data as it is. Very generally we are using on it in terms of pure components.
Okay. Uh, I'm showing you my I'm sharing my screen, and then I give you some code. Can you explain me?
Okay, sure.
I share my screen is visible or not? My
Yes,
screen visible or not?
your screen is visible.
So so that that is this is my code. Can you explain me?
Okay, okay. Basically over here we have an anchor tag, and then we are providing the reference as hash. Then we have one control function, which is a value like it will console the name was click, and then it will return. So over here, first thing, whenever you click on the anchor tag, you will see in our console the link is click text will be printed, and after that we have used the return in yeah, return for statement, which is another use of event.payment default. So it is basically there to uh, for event.payment default, and at the top we are using href. So on clicking, we will have the text like on console, the link was clicked, and immediately after that, the page will get refreshed again because we are using like href equals to hash. If we don't want to, if we don't want the page should refresh, in that case, we can just remove the line href equals to hash, and in that case, we will just on the console you will get this text, the link was.
Okay. Okay, then I just stop my screen. So then, uh, can you explain me the role of callback in React?
Okay, callbacks. Let me share my screen again. That I can just explain.
Yeah.
So, if I talk about like callback are basically normal functions. Like I can create a function over here with the name of callback, then just callback. Hmm. So this callback function just consoles blah, okay. So this is basically a callback function. Callback functions are normal functions which are passed inside another function as an argument. So like take a function over here, display data. Okay, display data is my function. What I do, I just pass some uh, function. Okay. I just pass something. And over here, what I will do inside the display data function, display data function, I can pass this callback function. So this is a normal function. Callback function is a normal function. It can be passed inside another function as an argument. And I am receiving this callback function inside my display data function with the name of one. And after that, the purpose is basically you can perform some asynchronous operations. Like I'm just doing API calling, and as soon as the API calling is done, I can execute my function. So like this is the basic purpose of giving callback to perform asynchronous operation, and
Okay.
callback can be directly processing.
Okay. Then, what are the inline condition expression? Can you explain me with the program?
Okay, yes. Okay. In React, if you're talking about React, in that case, if you talk about inline, and I can just create a function. I can just take this one. What I will do for inline, if I talk about inline expression is basically a if else condition, a single liner if else condition, or we also call it as ternary operator. So I can
Okay.
write that if as we are passing a prompt, I can just take like just remove this create one. In this I can just like if I say for dot count, if the top dot count is done, in that case what I can just say that uh, count is one. So count is one. Else I can do like count is written. So over here we can see that what is happening. If the prop we are receiving, if the prop dot count value is one, in that case, we will just return the T over here, and I'm doing one thing wrong over here. Let me get it. Okay. So over here we'll just write like prop dot count if in that case. Just execute this else just return this. So basically we can use an inline or we can use the terminal in React like this.
Okay. Okay then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.